Okay, so good afternoon. It's afternoon where I am, and I would like to talk about initial steps that you need to go through when looking for a doctoral program. And I'm going to concentrate only on doctoral program in this video. So first of all, you need to decide whether or not you want to apply for Doctor of Education or Doctor of Philosophy. So, Doctor of Education, which is EDD, is I would say easier to get into than Doctor of Philosophy or PhD program for a number of reasons. So, one of the main reasons is it's a 4 year program versus a 7 year program as PhD is. And you typically don't write and defend a dissertation. Hold on. I need to plug in my computer. Not to myself. I need to plug in my computer before I start recording. Okay, going back. So, and EDD typically requires you to complete your master's, MA or EDM prior to applying. So MA program is 1 year program, 2 semesters, 15 credits per semester, and can be completed in 1 year or longer depending on how many credits you take per semester. EDM is a 2 year program, and it takes so 1, 2, 3, 4. It takes 4 semesters to complete, about 12 credits or so per semester, sometimes more, and can be completed in let's see, 2 years or 2.5 years if you're taking nine credits at the time instead of 12. So this is for EdD program. For PhD program, it really depends on how you approach your application. It is possible to apply for a PhD program without completing master's program because first 2 years of PhD program are completing credits for the EDM program. So technically, you get 2 degrees with the same funding. And funding is when your study is completely paid for, you pay nothing out of pocket, and you also get the stipend, living stipend, get medical coverage. So it's in a sense you're getting paid to go to school. So in order for you to skip masters and go directly into PhD, which is, as I explained just now, technically a complete masters anyway, you probably should get some experience in the field by working in the area on which you want to concentrate on PhD. It is a long run, and a lot of thought needs to go into you actually getting that work experience. So you can't just make that decision on a whim. You need to sit down with one of the professors who has completed their PhD. So you can go through all of the steps. And challenge with all of this is if you make an error in any of the steps, you essentially can count application to that university as wasted effort because you're not going to get accepted into the program. So these are the steps for EDM, MA, EDD, and PhD. So technically, I described everything. So although I wanted to concentrate only on EDD and PhD, but master's programs do actually contribute greatly to the application. So, but I would recommend, in terms of application, don't just pick the university by name. Don't pick university by brand on or how famous it is or really specific attributes that you, your family, or any of your friends prefer, because this would be making discrimination error. You need to look at the universities that perhaps are not as well known but have established research programs that would be supporting you during your studies. And that's highly important because if you are in a program that supports you 100%, it's just easier to graduate, and then it's easier to get into postdoctoral fellow program. So do take it seriously. Do your research. And when you do your research, you need to look at the universities where certain types of research is performed. So go on search engines linked to databases such as PubMed, Web of Science, Google Scholar, Medline, and look at the research that you like to read about. And by this time, you should be reading research, if not every day, then every other day. If you don't like reading research, then perhaps a research career is not something you are going to stick with. It's not, first of all, it's not an easy path. Second, you need to really like what you're doing, because there are cases when people complete PhD program and then they want nothing to do with research. And I would hate for that to be you. I have committed to research path, I would say, in 2012, and now it's 2022. So I have spent a considerable amount on trying to continue. And I'm sharing what I have learned. So going back to looking at the programs, it is not well known that you can take up to 2 courses in each program without being accepted or matriculated. You have to be careful. So the programs that you choose, you need to choose them. You can't go to probably more than 2 or 3 schools to take credits, because it's going to look fishy on your application. So I would recommend for you to visit and study universities, maybe 2 universities out of possible 10 or 5 that you're going to apply to. And of course, money is the issue here. So you need to select the universities where you can actually complete those courses and pay the minimum. And that goes later into a doctoral study. You need to apply to schools that will give you full funding, pay your tuition, give you stipend, give you medical insurance, provide you with a dorm, room, apartment, and potentially work as a doctoral student. All of these are important factors. Um, okay, what did I miss? Okay, so the steps that you need to take when applying, when actually interacting with doctoral programs, I will describe in another video. It's going to be a separate video. So for now, this is done.